Anurag, my friend. I can see Anurag's message. Anurag is saying India is going to win the match. What do you guys think? Big Boy says only 117 for 4 in last 20 overs. I know, Big Boy, you're making a very, very valid point. But I think still a comparative total. Slow over rate, Big Boy says. Slow over rate we are used to. I think the last match also went close to this much only. So, Vansh, Jan, thank you for your comments. Firstly, if you guys haven't noticed, Adarsh Kumar has noticed, says, good to see you back. Divyang Makwana says, so firstly, I'm back in office. That's a big relief. Okay. Sheenu Chandelier, thank you so much for your kind comments, yaar. It's lovely. It's your comments like these that keeps me going and keeps me coming live. Back to you guys. Ihsan Gupta says, how are you? I'm good, sir. I'm very good. Smith Prajapati ji, thank you so much. SK says, where's Vikrant? Well, Vikrant's not this. Hopefully, he's not joining this broadcast, but he will join me at the end of the match. Hopefully, I'll try and get him at the end of the match. Abhishek Tripathi has a suggestion. Rahul can join via Zoom. I'm sure he can, but you know where Rahul is? He's in Oman at the moment covering. There's a good game today as well. So Asian team is playing. That's a mix of Pakistani and Sri Lankan players. They will be playing. Sahil Singh Rajput saying, nice to see you back in office. Thank you, sir. I'm also loving being back in office. And the whole fun is, not only do I get to speak to you guys, but I also get to see the match with our team. And that's the most important thing. And we discuss a lot of it while the match is happening. Angad Kapoor, thank you so much for your comments. Firstly, let's start with what we saw. What do you guys make of the total? Just send me some comments so I can read some comments and then we can discuss. 288, 287 is what India has managed. 288 is, I think, a comparative total. If before the day's play started, when we were discussing, a lot of people had asked me, 300 plus, though India would have been happy at 300 plus, and South Africa also got almost close to 300 and they won the game. But remember, 288, I said 280 plus, India will be in with a chance. 288, I think they have a good enough chance to win this game. Tell you why. See, first, let's see how the pitch played. We all know that this is one of the slowest pitches in South Africa. It doesn't really help stroke making much. It helps the spin bowlers. You knew that. You saw that first ODI, and it was a similar sort of pitch. Now, because it's a day game, usually what happens even in slow pitches, when the lights come on towards the second half of the day, the weather cools down a bit, and so then batting becomes slightly easy chasing. But it's not going to happen here. So batting first is always going to be ideal. If you saw this pitch, I think it was the same strip used by the groundsman, the same strip that was used earlier in that earlier ODI, and that's sometimes dangerous because if you're using the same strip, it can get sluggish because it's already seen about 100 overs of play. But I think in this case, it's not a bad option. I think the strip played decently well. You could get your runs if you wanted to. You could play your strokes, as Rishabh Pant showed us, as Shardul Thakur showed us. Disappointment from a few other batsmen. We'll talk in detail about them. But let's start with Shardul Thakur. I think he's the man of the season. Again, gets you 40 not out. He's the one who's taken you close to 288, which I think is a match winning total. I think it's going to be tough. Batting will be tough in the second innings. Won't be easy for South Africa. Last time they lost a few early wickets, but then that one partnership between Van der Dussen and Temba Bavuma changed things. But two things are going to be different this time. Firstly, they didn't have a scoreboard pressure last time they had that partnership. This time there will be a scoreboard pressure. If they lose early wickets, it's not going to be easy. So you have to keep up the tempo. You have a target that you're chasing. So pressure is more. Not as easy as Temba Bavuma and Van der Dussen made it look last time. So I think that's going to be a big difference. Secondly, I think Indian bowlers, I think KL won't make the mistakes he made last time. I think he's going to go to Venkatesh Iyer. Let's see him bowl at least and then decide whether he's good enough as a all-rounder or not. I see a lot of comments saying Iyer disappointed. Angad Kapoor, would love to know your comments on the game awareness of Rishabh Pant. Also comment on KL batting as innings progress. He slowed down. Okay, let's start with KL Rahul. I think he did slow down. I think he is not in the best frame of mind. Don't know whether captaincy is taking a toll on him already. But one thing is certain. See, firstly, pitch is not very conducive to stroke play. Today had, I think, 3 chances. He got 2 drop catches, almost 1 run out. Not looking like his fluent self. That is one big change. So I don't think he's in the best of form at the moment. Maybe because his captaincy is being scrutinized so much, that is taking a toll. So not the fluent KL Rahul that we are used to seeing. Pant's game awareness. See, 2 ways of looking at it. I know a lot of people would have been disappointed that 85, he should have got 100. Best opportunity for him to get 100, and if he's not going to get 100 now, that's the reason he's not been getting ODI 100s. Fair call, but I think today he did the job. He got you runs in the same manner. He took risks and got you runs. He's batting at more than 100 strike rate on this kind of pitch, not easy. So either you take him this way, a guy who, when nobody else is doing well in the batting order, I think 55, you can't really look at it. As I said, he was lucky, also not best of strike rate we saw from him. So in a situation like that, look like Rishabh Pant is batting on a completely different pitch. So you have to give him credit. On most days, he will give you this sort of performance, and I would take a Rishabh Pant like this on a day, and you've reached 288 thanks to his knock. So his game awareness for that shot, people may criticize. I won't, because that's how he gives you run. But other than that, I loved his game awareness, how he dominates spinners here. Tabre Shamshi got him out, but how he dominated him, hitting him for boundaries. That's what I want to see from a batsman batting in the middle order. So for me, I think he was spot on. The way he was, picking his bowlers, picking the areas where he needed to get runs. So it was outstanding. Shreyas Iyer future kya hai? See, Shreyas Iyer has disappointed. I just saw a question there. He has disappointed. But just to talk in his favour, can it be easy to just come in and out of the team, not know your batting position? Sometime you're batting at 4, sometime you're at 5. I understand because of a left hand, right hand combination, they keep changing it. So that is another issue there. I mean, what would be the... I think let's not judge him too fast, but he needs to step up. He really needs to step up. I hear stories that he's now, very keen to be an IPL captain. But if I was him, forget about being captaincy. I would first concentrate on getting some runs for the team and assuring himself of a position in the Indian white ball team. He did well in the Test series, didn't get a chance in the current Test series. But now I think he needs to step up, but not too early. I won't judge him too early. 2 matches, didn't get runs. I'm not going to judge him too early. Virat Kohli's duck is the highest amount of comments that I can see right now. Yash Enterprise is enjoying it. He's laughing at Virat Kohli's duck. Yash, why would you do that? See, to be fair to Virat, he's been getting runs. Vikas Beldia is talking about, okay, I'll come back to your question. Let me just address the Virat Kohli question, because a lot of you are talking about his duck. What happens, it's only his second duck. I was looking at some stat. Only his second duck since 2019. Manish is also saying, Keshav Jha is also talking about the duck. Just tells you that, such high standards Virat has set that once he gets a duck, it becomes the biggest talking point. He's allowed to fail, In one-day cricket, he's been outstanding. 53 innings across formats he's got, I think. No, ODI, sorry. 53 ODIs inning he's gone through since 2018 before getting another duck. So, last duck, I think, this was Virat Kohli's second duck in ODI since 2018 out of 53 innings. Okay, so since 2018, he's played 53 innings and got only 2 ducks. Just tells you, what an outstanding career he's had, and what an outstanding white ball player he is, and what an outstanding one-day player in particular he is. So it happens. Let's talk about his duck today, Acha, because I'm getting so many comments. The only thing I found slightly different in that duck, you can get out. It was a loose shot early on in his innings, you get out. I was talking to Sunny Bhai, if you remember, after the first ODI, and we spoke about how the first bad shot he played, he got out. He was looking so good, Virat. So Sunny Bhai said that hopefully next time his first bad shot comes only after he's gone past 100. That would be nice, Sometimes you can play a lot of bad shot, but then you get those chances and you get a lot of runs. But in Virat's case, first bad shot he got out, but it should happen after 100, Sunny Bhai said. I think today, first bad shot he played pretty early on only. But it happens, right? As I said, that's the kind of standard he set. The only thing I found very different, and I see a lot of those comments. So I think our vibes are matching. A lot of people I see here saying that he was looking disinterested. A lot of 2-3 comments I've seen. Sorry, I missed your names, everyone who commented that. But I see a lot of you saying that Virat seemed a bit disinterested, huh? See, Devansh Poddar is saying one bad innings can happen in cricket. Yeah, Virat has been scoring runs in ODI consistently in last 5 innings. He has 3 half centuries. Absolutely, I think in the last 6 or 7, he's got about in 7 matches 6 half centuries, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I mean these things happen. I don't think we need to really look at it. But today, a lot of people are saying is disinterested. What I found very different was when he got out. He just left pretty early. Usually, what are we used to seeing Virat? Once he gets out early, either he'll keep standing on the pitch in disbelief. So his first reaction is, "Oh, how could I get out that way?" And he keeps looking either at the bowler or the pitch, and he's a bit bemused or totally surprised that how could he get out that way. Or second reaction you get from Virat is when he's cursing, he's upset. He's cursing himself that how could I get out. There are a few choice words that he uses. That has also become a common sight. The only thing we saw today was very different. Is like he got out, he just went. So I think because of that, a lot of you are commenting that Manish, as like Manish is saying, Virat has lost interest. Manish Tulsian is saying that. Somebody else is saying, Abhishek Tripathi is saying Kohli needs some rest. He is looking distracted. So, interesting comments from you guys. I did see him, as I said, the reaction was different. Whether he needs rest, another interesting bit. Maybe the rest is a point. We have a exclusive interview up on Sports Today with Kevin Peterson, and I thought he said a very interesting thing there. When we were looking at Virat Kohli's captaincy, him giving away captaincy, various theories were doing the round, what must have led to him, off-field controversies, him not getting runs. What Kevin Peterson mentioned was very interesting. He also spoke about bio-bubble fatigue. So, he was saying, Kevin Peterson said to the interview which has just gone up on Sports Today, do have a look at that interview. Kevin Peterson said that had I been playing in today's day and age in bio bubbles, my average would have been 5 or 6 runs. Of course, he was exaggerating, but the point was that he wouldn't have averaged that much. He would have found it very tough. So he thought that Virat may have given up captaincy because of this bio bubble fatigue, where you're always in the bubble, you can't go out, meet friends, can't be your normal self. So he had a point. Maybe more than the captaincy, maybe that's taking a toll on Virat Kohli. He spoke about spectators. So Kevin Peterson said how he loved playing in front of spectators. Half his energy came, or half his inspiration came, is when he was in a ground being cheered on by spectators. He said with no spectators around, he would have struggled to have played cricket. And we know Virat is a character like that. We know how much he feeds off the crowd's energy when they're in the stadium, and then he uses that to perform. All of these things we haven't been talking. We've been talking about all the controversies off the field and his technical deficiencies and various things. We're forgetting this. That also must have taken a lot of toll. Maybe you reach a stage where you are not enjoying the game as much as you were, primarily because you are in a bio bubble, primarily because you're playing in front of empty crowds. Few matches you are playing in front of crowds, but mostly without too many crowds in the stadium. I think that takes a toll, especially on a character like Virat Kohli, who absolutely loves the big stage, going there with so many people around. So that could be a thing. Robin has an interesting take, because a lot of people said that he needs rest. Robin here says no, he doesn't need rest, he needs support. Valid point, Robin. I think he does, and I think there are enough people to support him. I mean, I'm sure he has very close-knit people around him, friends, family, who offer him support. There are lots of fans I see on social media that offer him support, so I'm sure he's getting all that, but again, you can get all the support, you have to channelize that, and I'm sure he'll look good. Again, I don't know why we're discussing too much in terms of his form. He's looked outstanding in ODI cricket, also looked good in the test matches, some of his knocks, but maybe we are so used to, it's the standard that he had set, getting 100 so often, that every time he doesn't get 100, or today like he got out for a duck, it becomes the biggest talking point. Okay. He wants to dominate again. That's the major reason behind his recent dismissal. Fine Cut says, no, of course he wants to dominate. He is that sort of a player. Why wouldn't he want to dominate? And I'm sure he will. Today, just that reaction was different. I don't know now, again thinking back, You think he's tempered down his aggression? Maybe because of all the criticism that comes his way, that he celebrates too much, he's in your face, and this whole controversy that happened where he went close to the mic and said, do you think that has also taken its toll and he thought of all of that? Maybe today that's why I got out on zero. Quietly walked away. Very different from the Virat that we are so used to seeing. Okay, let's move on to Shardul Thakur. I've spoken enough of Virat Kohli. Shardul Thakur, okay, I look at it in a slightly different manner. I think he's a big-hearted cricketer. Firstly, I love the way he bats. He has potential to do well as an all-rounder. Now, the problem with Shardul, the other way of looking at it is, the problem with Shardul getting runs, the issue is that he becomes undroppable. But now, are you playing him as a batsman, or are you playing him as a bowler, or even are you playing him as an all-rounder? You're not. You're playing Venkatesh Iyer as an all-rounder. So you're playing Shardul only as a bowler. You primarily need him to do the job with the ball. Now, what happens when he gets runs? Then, that stays in your mind, and then you use him as a bowler and bring him. But the problem has been, in bowling, he's been expensive. So that's a catch-22 situation. I don't know whether it's a great thing that he's getting runs, or do you see that there is a issue as well? Catch-22, as I said, there's an advantage, there's a disadvantage, and I think there is a disadvantage to him scoring runs, and that is exactly this. He's not in the team. Okay, he's getting you runs 50-40, but someday you will not be disappointed because you say that's not his job. The problem is you need Shardul Thakur, the bowler, to fire, stem the flow of run, pick up wickets. He does that, but he doesn't do that consistently. Would you have him, or would you have a bowler who does consistently? If you ask me, I rather have a bowler who picks up wickets, stems the flow of run consistently. I'm not going to look at the batting here. So that is a thing that the Indian team has to look at. Venkatesh Iyer, too many people criticizing him. Again, I think too early. Only 2 knocks he's had. You didn't give him a chance to bowl. 2 knocks he's batting at number 6, not easy. Today got you some runs as well. So you need to be patient. 1 match, 2 match. How can we decide whether he's good or not for international cricket? So some patience, I think, guys, is needed. Honey Malik says. Honey Malik has a point. He says, let's not criticize players. Yeah, they put in their 100%, and it's not easy to do it. I agree with you. But see, I don't think criticism is also wrong. You're supposed to criticize. But criticism has to be honest. It has to be objective. So you should criticize because you see a trend which is continuing and there is a deficiency somewhere, so you criticize. But if you criticize because of an agenda, or just because you want to, or you don't like the face of a player or whatever, that I think is incorrect. So you need to back a player, but let's say you keep backing a player and he doesn't perform, then someday you have to criticize, right? You have to say that bring someone ill. RGF says bring Sky in. RGF, I have been saying right from the start, if I was the captain of the team, I would play Surya Kumar Yadav. I would play Shreyas Iyer as well. I wouldn't have played Venkatesh Iyer. I would have just played 5 bowlers. And my 5 bowlers would have been 5 bowlers that can get me wickets all the time. And which is why Shardul would have gone out and I would have got someone like a Deepak Chahar. So 5 bowlers, out and out 5 bowlers. And then your batsmen, out and out 6 batsmen. And I would have done that primarily because, again, the Indian middle order, it's a bit risky, it's a bit dicey. So I would have been wary of that. But those were my thoughts before the first ODI and before this ODI. Indian team has thought of something else, and fair enough. So that thought process is they want to try Venkatesh Iyer. Fair enough, let them try that. Today I think they've got a decent amount of total on the board, so it should be exciting. Let's see if India can win this or not. If you ask my personal opinion, I think India has got a decent chance to win. The bowlers just need to step up. Some quick early wickets by Bumrah and Bhuvi. I think that will set the game up. The spinners also this time would have come up with a plan. They won't allow Van der Dusen or anyone else to just sweep them. So Vikas says, Nikhil bhai, why are you backing Shreyas Iyer? I'm not backing him. I'm saying, isn't it too early? 2 innings, should we just drop him? No, na. I think give him some time. He doesn't score in an extended period, then look at him. You pick players to try them and see that they succeed. You don't pick them so that you can drop them quickly. I think that mindset needs to change. Right then, I think you answered all the questions. We will see. Big Boy says, Are we going to see Iyer bowling today? I think we are going to. After all the criticism that came the Indian team's way earlier, I think you're going to see him bowl today. He has to bowl. Otherwise, he doesn't deserve to be in the team. Then you might as well play a out-and-out batsman in Surya Kumar Yadav. Abhinav Kumar Pandey, Pant's inning, very impressive. Absolutely what I said. All 6 bowlers to defend. Ashwin's batting also very good. He can. But again, you're playing him because of his bowling skill. Batting, it's a bonus. So, that should not decide whether he's in the team or whether he's out of the team. Same for Shardul Thakur. SS Spinner's looking very good. I agree with you. I love the attitude of Tabraiz Shamshi. Got hammered, but then the way he came back. And that's what you want from a spinner. It's okay. You can have a bad day, you get hammered. But the way he came back, I think that was incredible. Let's see what the Indian spinners do, what the Indian batsmen do. 288, tough enough target. I'm going to see you at the end of the play. We may not come immediately. I'll try and coordinate with Vikrant, and then we'll try and come a little later than, maybe half hour, 45 minutes after the match is done. And then we'll see how India has performed. I'll see you then. Take care, guys. Bye.